Welcome viewers, Zach here. So recently, Project Apex went from beta to sigma. The game is no longer in the beta phase. And so I thought, here are the top 10 things we need on Project Apex 24. Number 1, arrow setups. So I know this is already in the list, but let me talk to you about why we need it as soon as possible. Arrow setups can be used to determine how much downforce you will use and can be very useful depending on the type of track. For example, in Indianapolis, it's a track filled with 90-degree turns. So in this case, a high downforce setup would be useful. And then we have a track like Baku with very long straights and just a few corners here and there. A higher downforce setup would be useful to make most of those long straights. Number 2, weather. Yes, this is also another one on the list of the things they're already building, but why do we need it, you say? Because it would enhance the experience, I guess, on the game. Because for now, it's only, dry weather racing, and I feel we need some of that difficulty, some of that variation, some of that loss of grip in the rain. And obviously, as an added bonus, it should be something that you're able to control in VIP servers. This is quite obvious, but, that would be nice. Number 3, we have daily missions. So for this one, last time I did make a suggestion that is quite close to it, but this time I'm thinking something like every day when you join the game, there's different objectives you have to do. Just as an example, maybe you have to complete a few laps on this track and you get a reward for doing it, along with the along with the money you get for every lap you do. Or maybe in race mode you have to get like this amount of overtakes or something like that. Like daily missions, you've seen them in a lot of games, and I think it would be useful in Project Apex. Before is ABS and TCS Toggle. Basically, you can turn it on or off. So for those who turn it off, they get a more immersive experience. Some people just want to have more fun. They want the game to feel more realistic. And as a added bonus, for those who turn it off, maybe they can get more money per lap, because obviously it will be more difficult to control the car. Number 5 is more realistic damage. So obviously in the game we do have damage like front wings and the rear wheel. Like we have the front wing, sometimes occasionally the rear wing, and the suspension and stuff. While this is pretty okay, and it tells you when your race is over, I feel like we need a bit more complex damage, maybe bodywork damage, sideboard damage. It would be more interesting. So like if you have sideboard damage, for example, the car feels heavier on the turns or something like that. I know it doesn't sound as easy as it says, but I think it definitely would be interesting. That would add another element to the racing. Please consider liking and subscribing it, and consider sending a super chat or becoming a member. Let's get back to the video. Number 6 is fuel. I think fuel would definitely be interesting to implement in a game. Like fuel management stuff, that would be very interesting for leagues as well. Like it would make it a bit more intense and stuff. And obviously it should be something you should be able to control in VIP service. Pretty self-explanatory, but yeah. Number 7 is Slipstream. I think this is something we should have had in the game ages ago. Slipstream is basically when you go behind the car and you get a little boost because aerodynamics and stuff. But the only game I've ever seen implement this feature is Formula Roblox. Apparently Iron has it, but I haven't really seen that in action. And I think that Slipstream would be essential to the game, and it give other players like a chance to catch up to the drivers at the front instead of just relying on DRS. Number 8 is custom helmets. I think that this is definitely a good idea, and it's great to personalize the experience on Project Apex. And what would be even cooler is that maybe you'd be able to edit it somewhat, even if these are minor changes. But I feel like maybe if there was some kind of livery designer, that would be pretty cool. Number 9 is adding Formula 2 cars. Honestly, I think this is a great idea. I know it's just adding more content, but Formula 2 car is basically kind of like Formula Junior. So like the car you drive before you get into Formula 1. And I think it'd be a great addition to the garage, and For those who want to do F2 leagues, that would open a lot more opportunities on what is a great game of Project Apex. And last but not least, this isn't really anything revolutionary. It's removing the annoying Hotlap feature. What am I talking about? So, if you don't know, in practice mode or in any mode, when you go out the track, so for example, Hockenheim's a good example. You go out the track after the line, so you don't cross the line, you go out on the track, and obviously the timer has not started, so you got to do one lap. What happens is if you get a corner cut while you're on your out lap, when you start your new lap, your first sector is automatically disqualified. Like, it doesn't count, and you have to do another lap to do it again. I know this is kind of a thing that most people don't really care about. To me, it annoys me a lot, and I think that that should just be patched at this point. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's just very annoying, and I feel like it feels like it was accidentally added because this isn't a thing that was done before. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. All right, and that's it. That's the top 7 things that I think should be on PA24. Yeah, let's call it PA24. That would be very interesting to see. Anyways, if you do have any more suggestions or you disagree with some of the suggestions I have and you have better suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. It'd be very interesting to know what you have to say. If you have enjoyed this video, do make sure to like and subscribe. Consider sending a super chat or becoming a member. Thank you to Mushy and Resnal for being ultimate members.